welcome back to Vigor. It is your boy, Stealth Jet, leader of the JSS. People, if you have not kept up with the, how can I put it, the video output on this playlist, then you should know that I'm going to make up for the action that was performed yesterday at midnight. Well, today at midnight, if that makes any sense. Midnight my time, 14 hours ago. We put it to you like that. If you haven't already, go back, watch the end of that video. You probably don't want to sit all the way through it, and I don't blame you. Watch the end of that video and come back to this one. Spoiler alert, at the end of that video, I say I was a bit mad because it was so obvious, right? But enough about that video. We're going to talk about this one. We're here on Batterie Death. And you know, if you're new here, I'll call it Batterie, well, KB3, an avid viewer of my Twitch stream and user of my Discord, nicknamed this place Batterie Death. And you know it makes sense. Because when you come here, what do? You try to survive, right? You try to. But there's always going to be that one experienced motherfucker like me who's going to know the spawn points. And who's going to know where you're at before you even start your journey. I'm going to say three things here. Three things. Number one, if you are watching this video for the first time and you think, oh wow, he killed somebody, this game looks fun, I'm going to download it. If you're a new player in this game, for heaven's sake, do not make the mistake of coming to Batterie Draug, if not Batterie Snow Kit, for your first encounter. All I'm going to say is, there are way more evil people, or there are way more people who are more evil than me. There are people who are more evil than me. There you go. Number two, that soundtrack you just heard. When I was a kid, I had a Nintendo 64. Shout out to all my people who still have Nintendo 64s. I only had two games for it. 007 GoldenEye and Perfect Dark. That soundtrack you just heard was from Perfect Dark. And number three, don't think this is how I usually play. Normally, I will let that guy go. He just started the game. I don't want to turn him into a sweat. And if you don't know what I mean by that, here's what I mean. I released a video on Anakin called Hollowed Soul, and I made a reference to Bleach, the anime Bleach. It's fucking great, by the way. So basically, if you get killed, and this is in the Vigor sense, I'm not going to do any analogies here. If you get killed so many times as a low-level player, when you turn into a high-level player, guess what you want to do? Take your revenge on everybody that you see around you. But if you let a new player learn the game the natural way, and maybe let them get killed one less time, maybe you'll push them one less inch closer, if that makes any sense. Maybe you'll push them one less inch closer to wearing full body armor and having a M249 of where they go. Now see this guy here, he deserved to die. Because when you shoot off the locks on a container, when you shoot off those locks on that container, guess what you're doing? You're letting everybody on the map know that you're there. So, he bought this one himself. How can I put it? Don't make noise if you don't want to attract attention. And I'm leaving it at that. I could make a really, really rude analogy. I'm going to leave it at that. Now, if you're wondering why I picked up the L85 and not the Bugle, there are two reasons. Number one, L85 is fucking great. Okay, so there's three reasons. L85 is fucking great. Number two, I cannot headshot with the Bugle. Number three, I feel more comfy with the L85's accuracy downrange. Yes, the Bugle can melt somebody at mid-range. We all know that. 2 bursts to somebody's chest and they're gone. We know that. But guess what the L85 has that the Bugle doesn't? A scope. With a very pointed, iron sight at the end of the barrel. And that's the sound of somebody shooting at somebody else. And I want to say that sounds like a ZA, M72, or an RPK, one of the two. And I say that because I don't know what those weapons sound like. I can pretty much identify every weapon in the game except for those two weapons. Probably because I haven't used them in a while. Or used them at all, really. So, now, I'm walking through the map, messing with the comm stations. And that little pause right there was me confirming that I don't hear anybody. That's all that was. You see here I'm filled up with loot. So if I leave right now, it'll be a good haul. It would be. But I want to take this. Don't hear somebody? Thought I heard somebody. So, if you think you hear somebody, you probably do. No need. You cannot be too caught. Well, I mean, you say that. I was going to say that you can't be too cautious, but if you are too cautious and you stop and you look around you, then you get headshotted. Well, you can be cautious. You just got to keep fucking moving, basically. So I decided to loop around and make sure that what I heard was not phantom footsteps. Instead, they were real footsteps. That's why you see me go prone and crawling right here. And I'm going to realize at some point what I heard was phantom footsteps. But I am sure as rain right now, no pun intended, that I heard somebody. Take a pause for a minute. Don't hear anything. Okay, cool. Now, we heard a light machine gun fire at somebody. Is that somebody still alive? Or the person with the light machine gun still alive? I don't know. The person that he was shooting at could have had a suppressed weapon. Didn't know that he existed. You know? So, I'm here to detect him. I'm going to. And what do we find? We find, they go prone out here, a person. One singular person. Now, I checked the picture to find. Damn, that's kind of where I would need to go. So look, I'm mapping his potential path out with my cursor so you can look at it. But I only do that for you all. I don't do that for myself. So, now, I'm on a mission. I want this picture. I want the food in the picture. Or I want the food in the cache. And in order for me to do that, the best way to ensure that you got the map to yourself is to kill everybody else. Now, I don't apply that mentality until about maybe midway through the match. Because I don't take joy in killing people, per se. But I take joy in showing people that what you just did just now was stupid. And, spoiler alert, you're going to see that in a future video as well. On this exact same map. But notice how I ran past the time safe. Didn't even try to unlock it. Stealth was on my side. Also, in case you didn't notice, Ordnance is on my side too. I got grenades and mortar strikes. If this guy wants to sit still in one corner, I got a grenade for his ass. This guy wants to sit behind cover in the open. I got a mortar strike for his ass. So, right here I'm checking the picture. Now I'm like, okay, it's over there. And I'm like, surely this guy's not here. Surely he's not. So, but just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna, crouch walk down here and make sure I'm not spotted. Just to make sure that I keep a low profile. And right here I find a picture. So I'm looking in that direction. Don't hear anything, don't see anything. Now I do. I don't know when this guy saw me. I don't know when he did, but he saw me. He wouldn't be aiming like that if he didn't. And guess what? He had a picture of himself. So maybe he saw the buried cache already open and looked and saw stuff was still in there and thought this shit's a trap, and then he got cautious. But that's me saying to you all that nobody's here. And so I'm going to free up one inventory space by putting down a jammer. And I believe I done deleted all my ammunition. Yes, I have. So now I'm going to take everything this guy has, loot the buried cache, get the airdrop, and head home. Is there anything that you can learn from this video? I want to say no. That's what I want to say. Actually, I'm going to say it. I'd rather get one kill that takes big brain thinking rather than get a threat by just shooting people in the head. You know what I'm saying? Because at least that way you can learn something. But in this video, if you didn't learn anything, then, that's good for you. Thank you for learning something from this video. But if you didn't and you just enjoyed, me running around with a shotgun, then hey, that's cool too. And also, this brought me some XP, and I want to say that made up for the game that I had last night. After this encounter, I felt better. And so now, I'm pretty sure after this video, I'm gonna go back to good old regular stealth jet. Suppressed weapons, headshots only, maintaining a low profile. Yep. And so, if you have enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and giving me a subscribe as well. I do not ask for that a lot because I feel like I should earn that rather than me asking you for it. But hey, if you enjoy the content or the Vigor gameplay so far, past, present, and I would say future but you can't see it, then why not give me a subscribe? I'll catch y'all in the next episode. Until next time, peace.